What is the truth of the economy? Is it getting better or is it getting worse? There are many economic indicators that will show us that the economy is in fact getting worse. But they are pulling back and what they call tapering in the money printing scheme that they're doing, at least what we can see on top of the table here. What exactly is going on? What's the truth? Let's take a look. First of all, they tapered another 10 billion per month. So from 85 billion, they've gone now 2 times 10 billion downwards. So this is now becoming a more significant amount. However, they can always increase that number at a later date. The point I want to make is the Federal Reserve cannot, under any circumstances, cannot stop their schemes. And I'm going to show you into the pages of history why Ben Bernanke and now Janet Yellen are really just soldiers for the banking industry. Let's take a look at this very quickly. I hope you can read this here, but I'm going to go through it very quick. The Fed, this is a speech from when Bernanke was actually not even the chairman here. But look at this. Look at this. The Fed should try to preserve a buffer zone for the inflation rate. He's saying that they have to maintain a specific amount of inflation. Okay, so right there, number one, he's saying we have to print money at some level. Okay, let's go on quickly. Number two. A healthy, well-capitalized banking system and smoothly functioning capital markets are an important line of defense against deflationary shocks. Right there, again, he's saying we have to print money, we have to give it to the banking industry so that they are well-capitalized. What does that mean? Let's create the inflation for the first one I said, create that inflation, that money printing, and hand it off to the banking industry so that they can gamble, they can create their schemes, their derivatives, and all this sort of thing, and this can continue. Let me go on quickly. A money-financed tax cut is essentially equivalent to Milton Friedman's famous quote-unquote helicopter drop of money. Now this right here, for those who don't know, is where he got his little nickname Helicopter Ben, because he said, we will do what Milton Friedman suggested, a helicopter drop of money. Should we need to, we are just going to go all the way printing trillions and quadrillions and so on and so forth. They will stop at nothing. Here it is. This is Bernanke's own words. Let me continue on. When inflation is already low and the fundamentals of the economy suddenly deteriorate, the central bank should act more preemptively and more aggressively than usual in cutting rates. But I just showed how the rates are already down to 0%. What other options do they have? And there is only one, and that is to print money. But of course, printing money does basically nothing to support the economy. How could it, when all it's doing is feeding money into the banking industry? It does nothing to improve the job situation. It does none of that. When you bail out GM, they are going to take that money, they're going to open up plants in China and Brazil and so on, and they're just going to make their profits, make their cars out of there, their jobs will be gone, and that's just the way it is. Because the system is designed intentionally to help out and siphon the wealth out of the ordinary citizen and into this banking industry and all the conglomerates. This is a casino, this is a gambling scheme that they've managed to really take control of. They have, I believe, near 100% control of this system. Of course, that number is arguable, but the point I want to make is they have control over the system and we are simply playing in it. So that's why I say you're going to go and take your money, your hard-earned savings, you're going to dump it into the stock market just because you see the stock prices going up, in general, of course. But that is too dangerous because the system is entirely manipulated and we need to shake ourselves and shake our friends and family and say, wake up, look at what they're doing. Ben Bernanke promised to print money in basically all circumstances, at least a little bit, but in times of need, a lot. And that's what's going on right now. As soon as the tapering begins to drop, the interest rates are still at zero. As soon as that economy starts to, fade again, they're going to have to print more money, and they're going to cause a hyperinflationary crash. The collapse comes in many forms. This is something I'm working on right now on an email I'm sending out to the insiders, and this is where it's going to happen. This is going to crash this scenario, crash this economy, providing us with a scenario that is undoubtedly anything like we've ever seen before. If you guys aren't on the insiders already, please do. Please get on it. Go down to the Money GPS, scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to see the insiders. Fill in your email address, and I'm going to be sending out an email shortly, hopefully within the next couple days. It's something I've been working on for a little while. And just for those, I didn't want to mention this, but I have talked about it a few times here. I don't even have the website portion up. I just don't have the time. If you're contacting me about the consultations, please don't do that on the comment section, because unfortunately, sometimes I miss some of the comments. If you're interested in the consultations, try to get a hold of me through the insiders. That's probably the best way, or my email, david@themoneygps.com. That's really the best way to go about this until I can get the whole website portion done. So anyway, thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.